All right, President Joe Biden joined members of the Washington Press Corps and celebrities for last night's White House Correspondents' Dinner. And Biden used the event to make fun of his own age and the legal troubles facing his opponent, Donald Trump. The annual gala was hosted by Saturday Night Live head writer and cast member Colin Jost, who also poked fun at former President Trump, Biden, and the media.
Before I begin tonight, can we just acknowledge how refreshing it is to see a president of the United States at an event that doesn't begin with a bailiff saying, "All rise." The Republican candidate for president owes $500 million in fines for bank fraud and is currently spending his days farting himself awake during a porn star hush money trial, and the race is tied? I was excited to be up here on stage with President Biden tonight, mostly to see if I could figure out where Obama was pulling the strings from. It's also wonderful to be back in Washington. I love being in Washington. The last time I was in D.C., I left my cocaine at the White House. Luckily, the president was able to put it to good use for his State of the Union. I'm not saying both candidates are old, but you know Jimmy Carter is out there thinking, I could maybe win this thing. He's only 99.
I'm joined now by comedian Alonzo Bowden. Yeah, you're getting a chuckle out of that. It was kind of funny. There were a lot of good lines there. Alonzo has hosted Showtime's Historically Incorrect and was the season 3 winner of The Last Comic Standing. Great to see you, Alonzo.
Great to see you, Frederica.
All right, so your smiles and your chuckle there tells me that you approve. You thought it was a pretty funny night?
Yeah, he did a good job. I mean, it is a tough crowd. You know, this is a group of people who take themselves very seriously. And it was funny to me in the beginning when Colin started, he was telling jokes and he was kind of looking to the side like, is this working? But once he got on a roll, yeah, I think he did a great job.
I guess that could really knock you off your game, right, for the comedian, because, you know, you definitely want to see an immediate response to your jokes. But at the same time, it's a very big, you know, room. It's rather, you know, kind of cavernous. Maybe he couldn't hear their laughter, you think?
Well, when you're standing there with the president 5 feet away from you and all of the nation's press right in front of you, yeah, Frederica, tough room. You might feel a little judged. Of course, it helps to be married to a movie star, and he definitely capitalized on that. So I think he did a good job. My favorite moment, the funniest thing to me was when, at the end, when he talked about decency, and the people in the crowd weren't sure if they should clap. They were like, decency? Wait a minute. Wait, is that... We're not sure about
Right. Where does the joke begin? When does it end? When are we getting serious here? All right. So, you know, obviously the event is also an opportunity for any president to be, you know, self-deprecating and kind of show their own comedic chops. Let's take a listen to Biden as he roasted his Republican presidential rival.
The 2024 election is in full swing. And yes, age is an issue. I'm a grown man running against a 6-year-old. Donald has had a few tough days lately. You might call it stormy weather.
Oh, yikes. Okay, but you could hear the crowd there. I mean, yeah. All right. Go ahead. What does it take for someone to kind of prepare the president's remarks like that?
I thought he did pretty good. You know, one of the things about Joe Biden, he has a sense of humor about himself and his age. So that was easy. The stormy weather joke, kind of a low blow. That was an easy one. Yeah, that was an easy shot. He could have aimed higher on that one. But overall, I think he did well. I'll tell you, he's funnier than I expected him to be. I thought he did a good job.
Okay, very good. Former President Trump. All right. So, I mean, he was there, but not really, right? He was the butt of a lot of jokes, but he wasn't there physically. And in fact, he never attended the dinner when he was sitting president. And this goes back, you know, decades. This is a tradition for most sitting presidents to attend this dinner. However, Trump did either watch. I mean, he did find the time to slam the event at 1 a.m. this morning. And in fact, this is what he wrote on Truth Social. The White House Correspondents' Dinner was really bad. Colin Jost bombed, and Crooked Joe was an absolute disaster. Doesn't get much worse than this. So, what do you think? It kind of got under his skin then, yes?
Well, the first thing is, I don't think he watched it. He probably fell asleep. He can't stay awake during the day. We know he didn't stay up at night.
Boy.
And we knew that we knew he was going to go negative and he was going to be mad about it because he has no sense of humor about himself. I mean, that's the problem, and that's the big difference. One of the big differences between the two presidents, right? He can't laugh at himself. He never went to the dinner. He doesn't like comedians poking fun at him. And you can't be in the midst of all of this scandal and everything and think that, what, they're not going to mention it?
Because the last time Trump did attend, it was the sitting President Obama who did poke fun at him, and he was sitting right there, and you could see, I mean, he was turning all kinds of colors. He was not happy about that, but then he got the ultimate revenge, didn't he, I guess? Okay, so you talked about kind of the end of, Colin Jost, spiel, and he actually got a little emotional towards the end as well when he spoke, about his grandfather and President Biden, and this was that moment.
I lost my grandfather this year, as you alluded to, a firefighter, William Kelly. He's the reason that our son's middle name is William. He helped raise me growing up, and I would not be here today without him. And I swear, Mr. President, this is not an age comparison. You remind me of him. Some of your best qualities remind me of his. He voted for you, and the reason that he voted for you is because you're a decent man. My grandpa voted for decency, and decency is why we're all here tonight.
Wow, 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 right? Okay, so, I mean, the expectation is your comedian of the night or host is just going to be funny, but then, I mean, he got personal and had a very strong message there. What are your thoughts on doing that?
Well, I think it was a very real moment. I think it was great what he did because that was genuine. I don't think it was scripted. You could see he felt it and he related to his grandfather. I mean, and he talked about how his grandfather, living in a conservative environment, actually voted for Joe Biden because he thought he was decent. And I think people related to it. And he did make it funny. I mean, if you watch the whole thing, he did have jokes in there about his grandfather walking upstairs better than Joe Biden. So he still, he kind of broke the moment.
Get it in there.
No, I think it was great. It was definitely a feeling moment and very real.
Yeah, all right. Alonzo Bodden, great to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.